Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. I welcome you all to the third part of the first lesson, Cell, its structure and function. Let's have a quick recapitulation of what we have learnt in the previous two videos. So, in the previous two videos, you have learnt about characteristic features of a typical plant cell and an animal cell. What are the parts in a plant cell and animal cell? Activities to observe cell membrane in onion peel cells, activity to observe nucleus, and structure and function of cell wall, cell membrane, and nucleus. Now let us discuss some important cell organelles in the typical cell. They are mitochondria, plastids, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, vacuoles. All these cell organelles are very important and carry out very crucial functions inside the cell. Now let us know in detail about each and every cell organelle. Besides nucleus, cell wall, cell membrane and cytoplasm, the most prominent cell organelle and important cell organelle inside a cell is mitochondria. Mitochondria is also called powerhouse of the cell. So, there is a small activity to observe mitochondria in the plant cells. So, for that you need to take an onion peel, prepare Janus green bee stain to observe mitochondria. Janus bee green stain is especially used to observe only mitochondria inside the cell. So after taking the onion peel, you have to pour the stain in a watch glass and put the onion peel in it and soak it for half an hour. After that, you have to remove the peel and wash it thoroughly and put the peel on a glass slide. After that, you should cover it with a cover slip and as usually, you have to observe that glass slide under the microscope. So when you observe the glass slide under high magnification of a compound microscope, you may observe the green, oval or cylindrical grain-like structures scattered inside the cytoplasm. These are nothing but the mitochondria. So if you want to know the structure of mitochondria, you have to observe it under an electron microscope. So only an electron microscope can reveal the structure of mitochondria. Observing the detailed structure of a mitochondria, mitochondria are small, spherical or cylindrical cell organelles. Generally, the length of a mitochondria will be 2 to 8 microns and it is 0.5 micron wide and it is 150 times smaller than the nucleus and there will be about 100 to 150 mitochondria per cell, each cell. So when you see under the compound microscope, you can only see like a oval cylindrical structures. So if you understand the complete structure, you can see that the mitochondria is made up of two membranes. It is a double membrane structure. The inner membrane folds into interior structures called as cristae and the space between the cristae is filled with a fluid called matrix. Now, what is the function of mitochondria inside the cell? The important function of mitochondria is it is responsible for cellular respiration. So it is a process through which the cell derives energy to do its work. So the energy in the mitochondria is stored in the form of ATP. So the abbreviation of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. This ATP is called energy currency of the cell. So as mitochondria stores this ATP, that is stores the energy in the form of ATP, It is called powerhouse of the cell. So you can see in the picture here, the cellular respiration occurs inside the mitochondria and releases the ATP molecules. So the energy is stored in the phosphate bonds which is present in the ATP. So whenever the cell wants energy, it derives the energy from the mitochondria. So as mitochondria is having stored energy, it is called powerhouse of the cell. The next most important cell organelles inside the cell are plastids. So plastids are a unique type of cell organelles present only in the plant cells which impart different colors to the plant cell. So to observe these plastids, we need to take a peel of rheolleaf or some strands of algae and observe under a compound microscope. So when you observe under a compound microscope, you can see the green color granule-like structures. Those are called the chloroplast. So why they are green in color? They are green in color due to a pigment called as chlorophyll. So now we need to draw how you can observe this chloroplast inside the cell. As I told you before, plastids are the unique cell organelles which are present only in the plant cells. So there are mainly three types of plastids: chromoplast, chloroplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast are colorful plastids, chloroplast are only green colored plastids, and leucoplast are colorless, that is white color plastids. Observing the structure of chloroplast under an electron microscope, you can see that chloroplast is a three-membrane structure. There are three membranes in the chloroplast: an outer membrane, an inner membrane, and the third membrane is folded into stack-like structures called thylakoids. So these stack-like structures are called thylakoids, and the other space which is present inside the chloroplast is called stroma, and the stack-like structures are called grana. There are many different types of chloroplast in their shape, like disc-shaped, oval shape, and in some algae there are like ladders, stars, spirals or reticulate shape of chloroplast. So the diameter of chloroplast in higher plants can vary between 4 to 10 microns, and the cells which involved in photosynthesis may contain around 50 to 200 chloroplast per cell. What is the function of chloroplast? Children, I know you have an idea of function of chloroplast. Yes, what you are thinking in your mind is correct. The function of chloroplast is process of photosynthesis. So in your previous classes, you have gone through the concept of photosynthesis. So plants prepare their own food material by using carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chloroplast and produce food material in the form of glucose. So the primary function of chloroplast is to trap the energy from sunlight, trap the light energy and transforms into chemical energy in the form of glucose. So the picture here you can see chloroplasts are trapping the sunlight, and by the help of carbon dioxide and water and taking energy, they produce glucose, that is sugars or amino acids or proteins. So all the cells which contain these plastids, that is either chromoplast or chloroplast or leucoplast, they are having the capacity to trap the sunlight and transform it into a chemical energy. So in this manner, the plastids are very useful for the plant cell. The next cell organelle you need to know is ribosomes. So these ribosomes are small granule-like structures which are present in the cytoplasm of the cell. They are formed of RNA and protein. So like DNA, RNA is also one type of a genetic material present in plant and animal cells. There are two types of ribosomes in the cytoplasm. Some of the ribosomes are scattered freely in the cytoplasm and some of them are attached to another cell organelle called endoplasmic reticulum. So as you can see in the picture here, each ribosome is made up of two units, a larger subunit and a smaller subunit. So these two form and make up a ribosome. And the major function of ribosome inside the cell is protein synthesis. They form the proteins which are required for the survival of the cell. This is the end of part 3 and we will be knowing about the remaining cell organelles in our next video. Thank you.